Now on CoastTV News.
It's a first alert weather day as snow continues to pick up in intensity across Delmarva as the first major snowstorm in years affects the region. I'll track it on radar and futurecasts and talk about snow totals coming up.
I'll give you an update on the conditions outside as this snow continues to come down.
Readying the roads, we're showing you how crews attempted to get a head start on the storm with the work they did over the weekend.
Division of Labor in Dewey, the plan to clear the roads there, where the state has responsibility and why.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. There is the scene. You are looking live at a snowy canal in Lewis. The lights there, they do make for a pretty backdrop, but it's not going to be a lot of pretty situations on the roads today as we deal with the first significant snow that we've had in quite a long time. We are working under a first alert weather day. It is January 6, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Welcome to our 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, Paige, we've got this covered for you. So let's break this down. To help cover this weather event, we have our reporters in the field. Brandon Ferguson is in Rehoboth Beach. Elisa Weber is in Lewis. This is a busy start to our morning, and we're going to have the latest for you.
That's right. So, of course, all of this leads us to our first alert meteorologist, Bob Try. He is the person you've been waiting for. He and his team have been tracking this winter storm for over a week now. Bob, it is here, and it came in swinging.
I tell you what, it really did. Good morning, guys. And yeah, we've been talking about this storm for several days, and now it has come to fruition. We're seeing the snow coming down hard at times, already about 1 to 3 inches of snow across the area. And here's the radar indicating all the snow spreading across the area. You get into these deeper blue colors, and that's indicating even heavier snow. So let's do a radar tour. Highway 9 through Georgetown out towards Lewis is snowy, heavier snow down into the southern part of Sussex County from Millsboro to Selbyville, back to Fenwick Island, and then the southwest corner of Delaware as well. And then we get into the heavier snow around Salisbury, back through Snow Hill. How appropriate for you today. And then we're looking at the eastern shore in that moderate to heavy snow. Cambridge, you've already picked up a couple of inches. It continues to snow heavily. And in Harmony, we're seeing the snow as the radar indicating the heavy snow continuing to move from west to east. It extends back into Virginia. You see this bright banding in the radar, this deep blue color indicating the heavier snow headed our way as surface low pressure is now moving through the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, and that will scoot to our south today, but I think we'll be in the cold air, and that will continue to pile up the snow. And the visibility, 3/4 of a mile in Ocean City and Salisbury and Georgetown in the snow, as we do have a winter storm warning for the eastern shore, including Sussex County and Delaware, basically all of Delmarva until Tuesday morning, Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties until 7 a.m. as temperatures are into the 20s, so well below freezing for that powdery snow. The winds are calm, thankfully, so we're not dealing with blowing snow, so it's best to stay off the roads as that snow is moderate to heavy at times as we go through the morning. And then as temperatures creep above freezing into the early afternoon, we could see a little bit of sleet or freezing rain, especially near Berlin or Ocean City. Then we might actually get a break from that snow into the afternoon, and then the last gasp, the last push of snow moves through as we go into the evening hours. Expecting about 6 to 12 inches of snow across the area, so the drivecast obviously a treacherous one. Snow will mean difficult travel. Stay off the roads, let the plows do their jobs. More on this big winter storm coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
We'll keep looking for that, Bob. Thank you for that. And as we continue with our coverage of the snowstorm, we're now going to go live to Lewis.
And that is where we find CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber. Elisa, that snow has been accumulating. You've been out there all morning braving those winter elements.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. I'm outside here in Lewis in this neighborhood, and as you can see, the snow has pretty much covered the entire road right here. There's some cars behind me that also are snow covered as well, and there have not been a lot of cars driving on the road, which is a good thing because, as we showed here, these roads, they're covered in snow. You need to be careful. And this sidewalk right here is also pretty covered as the snow is coming down quickly. I've got my shovel here, courtesy of my dad. Thank you for putting this in my car. It's definitely handy to have a shovel on you as well as scrape off your car. If you do have to leave, give yourself plenty of time to warm up your vehicle and clear it off. You actually might be able to hear there is a plow right in the distance behind me as well. So they are monitoring these roads. DELDOT is also out on Coastal Highway, we've seen. And again, if it is loud right now, a plow is going on right behind, but just be extra careful. Those roads, they are slick. Go super, super slow, and just be careful out there. Back to you.
Lisa Weber, thank you for that. And we will check in with you there in Lewis as our morning continues. Now, here's what it looked like just moments ago in Ocean City. This is high above 94th Street. You can see, when we last checked with this shot, you still could see some of the asphalt. That does not appear to be the scene now, as snow is covering Coastal Highway there. Let's talk about Delaware. DELDOT crews, they had enough notice of this when they began working on the roads over the weekend. The department said part of that advance effort was to make sure all of their equipment was working properly. DELDOT reports to have laid down 18 tons of salt brine on roads. It has approximately 80 plow trucks available in Sussex County, and all are expected to be used.
So normally what we see in Delaware, at least in Sussex County, is that first event is normally the one where motorists are the least familiar with the roadway conditions. So we want people to be extra cautious during these first events during the winter time. And we always ask them to be very wary when they're around our plows, because our plows have a hard time seeing them.
Yeah, Probert said DELDOT can usually salt 3,000 miles of roads in about one day. That is what they were doing just a few days ago, and now the big question is, was that enough?
Snow really began accumulating around 3 this morning, so we are well over 2 hours into the system by now.
Yeah, CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Rehoboth Beach, experiencing, really, this is our first true winter wonderland in a while. Good morning, Brandon.
It is a winter wonderland, Matt, and as the snow picks up from last hour, we've seen some dangerous situations at this intersection behind me on Coastal Highway, with cars' brakes possibly locking up. And if you are traveling today, make sure to be significantly slower on the speed limit and follow in the car's tracks ahead of you. And we'll keep you updated here in Rehoboth Beach. Back to you guys, Matt and Paige.
All right, Brandon Ferguson in Rehoboth Beach. Staying in Delaware, Governor John Carney has activated the National Guard to support storm response. The Emergency Operations Center also activated.
And new this morning, Maryland Governor Wes Moore has issued a state of emergency there. According to the governor's office, the State Highway Administration finished pre-treating the roads. Law enforcement increased their staffing. Health and utility agencies have been preparing for the storm impacts. In response to all of this, Wycomico County announced that offices will be closed today.
And a storm like this means there are a number of areas of focus for our local governments of our coastal communities. In Dewey Beach, officials there paying extra attention to unoccupied properties during the non-summer, non-tourist season. And then there are the roads, streets. DELDOT has responsibility for some, the town, others. And when I spoke with Town Commissioner Paul Bauer, he said they have their snowplow truck ready to go this weekend.
Route 1 is obviously done by the state, as well as King Charles, which is the artery between Dewey and Rehoboth. That road needs to be clear all the time, because that's where the Rehoboth Fire Company is. If they need to get down the road, we got to make sure they can get into town as well. So those two are done by the state. So they do the heavy lifting. We're responsible for the side streets. And so we have a plow hooked up to the truck. We only have 22 streets to do. So it's not a major task, but it is time consuming just staying ahead of it.
It was over the weekend that the Dewey Beach Police Department issued the advisory to avoid driving on the town's roads and streets.
The town also sent out a notice to locals informing them of what they need to know ahead of today's storm. According to the town, administrative offices are closed today. The police parking lot and King Charles Ave will be prioritized if emergency vehicles need to come in. Trash pickup by Casella, that's canceled. It'll resume again on Tuesday. And the town says reach out via email if you have any urgent questions or concerns.
In Delmarva, just one of many parts of our country experiencing this severe weather.
Yeah, definitely. The large and the really powerful storm we have seen in other parts of our country moving towards the East Coast. And now CNN's Amy Kiley is going to show us the snow, the ice, even the thunder sleet that's happening across our country.
I've been doing snow removal for 15 years, and this is the heaviest storm I've seen.
A massive winter storm has tens of millions of Americans under winter weather alerts today.
Stuck here in a motel.
NOAA's Weather Prediction Center says some areas could end up with their heaviest snowfalls in more than a decade.
I can't recall the snow being this bad at all.
I've lived here pretty much all my life, off and on, but no, I don't remember anything like this in a minute.
Forecasters say the storm is moving out of the central U.S. today. It's clobbering much of the Ohio River Valley on its way to the East Coast.
please stay off the roads. Give our plow teams plenty of room to work during and after the snowfall.
Snow and blizzard conditions aren't the only issues in some areas. Forecasters say many states farther south face powerful wind and bitter cold, and Kentucky saw thunder sleet last night.
Thunder mixed in with freezing rain, just incredible to see that. It just shows you how powerful this storm is.
The National Weather Service says thick ice also could be a problem along the storm's path. That could cause heat outages in cold areas.
This is the type of ice that would weigh down your tree limbs and power lines and cause some problems.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
All right, and we're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, transportation in Delaware is taking a backseat to safety amid the heavy snow we're experiencing. We're going to look at some closures issued by DelDOT.
Also ahead, some DART delays, what they expect amid today's major storm.
And next, road work, snow status. We will hear from DelDOT about their concerns as they deal with snow accumulating on the state's roads. Coast TV News today continues in a moment.
Hi, I'm Chris Adams from Mattress Peddlers, your local family-owned starter mattress store. If you've created some valleys in your pillow top mattress over the years and you're upset that you can't flip it, try this. Rotate it 180 degrees. You'll get more life out of your mattress and a better night's rest. But when the time comes, buying a mattress is quick and easy, so stop in today and sleep on a better bed tonight.
Mattress Peddlers. For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Gamey Elliott in Salisbury today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you love to knit, weave, or crochet? Then come to the Delmarva Wool and Fiber Expo January 17th through the 19th at the Ocean City Convention Center. Dozens of artisans will be there with a wide variety of natural yarns, knitting supplies, and finished items.
Capture your favorite moments at the Coast TV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The Coast TV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Almost 6:15 on this snowy Monday morning. Here's our live Bay Health cam in Milford 24. Look at the snow coming down, coating everything. Visibility is low as well, and with temperatures in the mid-20s, I tell you what, that is some powdery snow. We're seeing the snow continuing to fall. You get into these brighter blue colors, Sussex County and back into Maryland. We're seeing the snow. Don't know what this is, a little donut of rain. I don't think so. I think it's all snow through Salisbury, the rest of Maryland towards the coast and the eastern shore, also into the heavy snow. And you see how this snow extends back to the west into D.C. and Virginia with low pressure. That'll be tracking to our south, keeping us on the cold side. We'll be looking at snow. Right now, it's mid to upper 20s temperature-wise, so it's a powdery-like snow, and it's not blowing around, but I think the winds do pick up tonight. So today's checklist, well, travel with caution. If you have to travel at all, I wouldn't. Just pack your patience and stay at home if you can. If you are out, make sure you have your winter survival kit, warm clothes, a shovel in the car is a good idea, a snowblower later too, and make sure you have a warm beverage because this is the first significant snow we've seen in some time.
Bob, let's keep you here for another moment or so. I do also want to report Bethany Beach is experiencing a power outage. About 243 customers are affected there.
Yeah, of course, Bob, with all the data you've been looking at, the maps, the radar, you're looking at snowfall projections. What are you thinking right now?
Yeah, well, we're looking at one model. This is one model's take, and look at this. As we go through the day, we're looking at about 8 to maybe 11 inches of snow across the area. So right now, we're thinking 6 to 12 inches across much of the region. Yeah, some places we'll see an isolated foot of snow as we go into this evening. So a storm we haven't seen for a few years.
Yeah. Bob, for that, DelDOT working to keep up with this storm. And just before we went on the air, I spoke on the phone with DelDOT's Director of Communications, C.R. McLeod, and here is what he told me about what could be some of his causes of concern.
Really, it's going to be the temperatures. It's because, we're not going to see any real warm-up, which aids in melting and seeing the roadways really improve. Given the forecasted cold temperatures through the day and into the overnight hours, that's really going to make it a challenge for us to clear roads.
And McLeod also told me that they're expecting this to be a long event, which is also adding to concerns.
And we're seeing the snow flying. This is the Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam and Laurel from the tower looking down at the ground with all the snow flying, 24 degrees. That snow coming down fast and furious for a lot of us. Heavy at times today, more snow to come. A first alert weather day for heavy snow at times. Travel not recommended. Coming up, the latest radar impacts, snow amounts. It's all coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Track the storm with CoastTV First Alert Weather.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
On August 1st of 1924, my great-grandfather, Samuel E. Shockley, met in Willards with a small group of men to determine the advisability of opening a bank in Willards, Maryland.
Put yourself in their shoes. A train comes through town, there's horses and buggies, and the only way that they could allocate capital through this area of Wycomico County was to build a bank. It's an audacious goal.
They wanted to build a bank that could be used by the common man. So they met in the summer of 1924, and then by January they were ready to open the doors of the bank.
It's really rewarding to hear the stories of a customer who comes in and says, your grandfather gave me my first loan.
Banking will always be about people. It will not be about machines, computers, cell phones. So as we move forward into the future of the Farmers Bank of Willards, we always have to remember that people come first.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Time is 6:19, and we're getting a live look at snow accumulation in Milford. You can see the heavy stuff coming down and covering a lot of things there. Boy, Bob, the amount that we are getting all over Delmarva continues to rise.
It does, and that snow will only pick up in intensity as well. And here's a live view of our gutter helmet cam. Unfortunately, it has frozen up, but it's snowing to beat the band there in Ocean View right now, 26 degrees. Thankfully, the winds are calm. And you see the QR code on your screen right down here in the lower left part of your screen. Scan that, and you'll have much more weather information on the CoastTV weather app. Now, last check, American Corner had 3 inches of snow, probably a little more now. Lisa measured about 2.5. That was about an hour ago, probably over 3 now. And Cambridge, last check, had 1.5 inches of snow, and it continues to fall. So what to expect? More snow on the way. Heavy at times today. Could see a bit of a mix later today. for the Delaware and Maryland coast. Travel not recommended. The roads are snow covered and slick. It's just best to stay off the roads and let the plows do their jobs. And the snowfall rates could be about 1 to 2 inches per hour as that snow is coming down pretty hard. We've been seeing this little donut around Milford back through King's Crossroads. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure you're into the moderate snow. Highway 9 from Lewis to Georgetown and Laurel seeing the snow. And then we get down into Maryland. We have this weird looking rain donut near Salisbury, but I'm sure that is snow that's coming down pretty hard near the radar site. Moderate to heavy snow out towards the coast. And then for the eastern shore, Cambridge through Gum Swamp, Mardella Springs also in that snow. At times visibility cut down to less than a half mile in heavy snow as you see these bright bands of blue moving through. And those bright bands of blue will be intensifying. We'll see more of those with time as the storm gets closer. We're seeing the heavy snow through Virginia into D.C. right now and then into areas of West Virginia as well. Surface low pressure is down here across the Carolinas, and that will be tracking due east. And there is a little bit of a dry slot back to our west, and I think we could get into that this afternoon and then see the wraparound snow for tonight. Winter storm warning Caroline, Kent, Sussex, and Talbot counties. That's until 4 a.m. on Tuesday, and then a winter storm warning Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties until 7 a.m. So we're looking at the winter storm warning. That means 8 inches or more of snow, what we're expecting in about a 12-hour period. Of course, lesser amounts if it is mixed with sleet and or freezing rain and rain. Now, temperatures are plenty cold for snow. It's a powdery snow. It's cold with temperatures in the mid-20s from Milton down to Georgetown. Delmarva 25, Ocean Pines 27, Indian River Inlet 25. Thankfully, the winds are light, so we're not talking about blowing snow, but of course, you get on the highways and byways behind a big vehicle, there will be a lot of blowing snow and whiteout conditions. So the snow, moderate to heavy at times. Here's noon. We're looking at temperatures maybe getting a little bit above freezing, so maybe melting or compacting that snow and changing it to a little bit of sleet or rain or freezing rain along the coast. Otherwise, we could get a little break this evening, but then we're going to see the wraparound snow moving in again tonight, adding maybe another inch or two. All in all, thinking about 6 to 12 inches from Salisbury to Ocean Pines, Millsboro, Georgetown, Seaford, back through the eastern shore up towards Farmington, and then near Snow Hill, point south around 3 to 6 inches. In this pink color, some sleet, freezing rain, and rain will mix in. That could lower your accumulations a little bit. And then the Arctic air follows this system moving into your Monday. Highs in the 30s. We're only looking at feels like temperatures in the teens and 20s. By Tuesday morning, feeling like single digits above zero. Very cold. And then only feeling like teens Tuesday evening and then single digits again by Wednesday morning. Now, believe it or not, we could see another system by next weekend, possibly giving us some rain and snow. Too early to tell where this goes. Let's take it one at a time. We know we're getting walloped today with the snow. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 32 with the snow and then very cold, windy and sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday with lower 30s. In fact, it's cold all week long with teens and 20s, and then maybe that next chance for rain and snow by Saturday and 35.
Bob, thank you so much. Now, as we continue our coverage of this snowstorm, Lewis officials have put out the city's emergency route. So here's where the Lewis Maintenance Department will be working. Kings Highway from the city limits to Savannah Road, the entire length of 2nd Street, Savannah Road from the city limits to Cape Henlopen Drive, Ocean View Boulevard from West 4th Street to Cannery Drive.
Also, a number of our communities have already announced closure, so let's take a look at those. Ellendale and Millsboro town halls closed. Same with Georgetown, same with Dewey Beach administrative offices. Milton town offices are closed. Also, that is the case with Ocean City. And get this, the town also says that trash pickup will now occur on Wednesday.
Of course, healthcare systems, they're making some changes as well because of the storm. Emergency departments, those will remain open. Tidal Health says all your doctors and locations are closed until noon. Primary specialty care systems, those will be closed for the day. And then over with BB Medical Group, primary and specialty care locations will see patients virtually today. BB also says another assessment will be updated this morning, so we'll keep you updated if there's any changes.
Coming up, tracking air travel, we have the status of the airports in our region. Coast TV News Today is back after this.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at CoastTV.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
About 83% of homes have rodent activity. One of the most common signs is mouse droppings. Mice can leave up to 100 droppings every day. Don't mistake these droppings for chocolate sprinkles. What you don't see is more concerning. Mice also leave behind urine. A thorough inspection from a specialist is required to develop a treatment plan specific to your home.
Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, go to activepestsolutions.com. That's active without the E.
Are you on the verge of foreclosure? Is your home in serious disrepair? Or do you just need to sell fast?
Are you overwhelmed with an inherited house or a rental and want to cash out?
Hi, I'm Delmarva Dave Schmidt.
And I'm your sister, Christina.
And we're local home buyers.
Here to help solve your problems. We'll get you an as-is, fast cash offer on any type of property anywhere on Delmarva in any condition with no required repairs or commissions. Call or text today.
Or visit delmarvadave.com.
A ski house party gone wrong.
If somebody who was 18 said, I want to rent your house for the weekend, neon lights would go off. Mistake!
Next Judge Judy.
Monday at 2 on CoastTV.
We've also been tracking some flights with our winter storm weather, so we're going to try to keep you updated here in case you were planning on flying. Here's some of what we found. Salisbury, that 8 a.m. American Airlines to Charlotte is delayed. The 8:14 flight, however, to Philadelphia, no, sorry, that's also canceled. Now, within the hour, Philadelphia is reporting no other delays. That's some good news with their other scheduled flights. That is the same with BWI. Also good news with Reagan in D.C. They're reporting that as well.
We also have some DART cancellations to tell you about. The agency says its DART Connect service, that is suspended today because of this storm. Service delays are always possible with the weather, and as a reminder, DART administrative offices are also closed today.
Another closure to tell you about. According to DelDOT, Woodland Ferry is closed today due to the snow. DelDOT says the ferry will stay closed until further notice as the agency continues to monitor the storm.
And we're joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. We're about 3 hours into this since it really started sticking, really started accumulating on our roads, Bob.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of reports of about 2 to 4 inches across the area so far. We'll be adding to that. Now at the beach, we have a little fly in the ointment. Could see some warmer air and maybe some snow changing to a bit of rain for Assateague and Chincoteague as temperatures, if they get into the upper 30s, definitely could be a cold rain holding your snow totals back there a little bit. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, it's snow. Then maybe a wintry mix of rain, sleet, and snow into the afternoon, but still expecting about 6 to 12 inches for you. And then on the Bayside, the next 3 days, snowy one today, followed by dry and cold weather Tuesday and Wednesday. And the same for Crisfield. Maybe a little more rain involved for you, and maybe accumulations a little lower, maybe about 4 to 8 inches. It's a snowy day. I'll have much more on our First Alert day and talk about snow totals, impacts, and possibly, another storm by the weekend. We'll talk about it coming up in the next half hour.
Bob, also coming up after the break, we're talking it's time to winterize, how to keep your home safe amid the storm on the first storm of the season here on Delmarva.
Also, more bad news about the bird flu on Delmarva on this snowy day. We'll tell you what officials say about results of the most recent lab tests.
And Dewey Beach is dealing with snow, of course, as well. How officials there say the beach town is preparing to keep their locals and roads safe. We'll be right back.
Currently employed, job seeking, or just feeling the need for a career change? Elevate your career by joining the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. We are hiring motivated individuals who want to change lives, including their own. Maryland Public Safety offers competitive salaries, career advancement, excellent health benefits, and a state government pension with supplemental retirement options. Find out the various career opportunities available. Make the move to Maryland Public Safety. Visit dpscscareers.com.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Start the new year by adding value and function to your kitchen.
No cabinet tear-out needed.
With Paul Davis, skip the hassle of a full remodel and get your dream kitchen now.
We reface your cabinets with 5 layers of high-quality hardwood in your choice of color.
That's new doors, drawers, and hardware, all for half the cost of a full remodel.
Completed in as little as 3 days.
Right now, get half off labor, a free microwave, and pay as little as $100 per month. Call now to beat the spring rush.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Cosmetic dentistry is providing patients with the smile they've always dreamed of. Becoming accredited in the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry has allowed me to provide our patients with just that. I've achieved the highest level of training in cosmetic dentistry. There's only 400 or so dentists that have been accredited since 1986. Come see me. I'm excited to help you achieve the smile of your dreams.
Schedule your free consultation with De Palma Dental in Berlin, Maryland today.
Now on CoastTV News.
It's a first alert day as snow continues to pick up in intensity across Delmarva, the first major snowstorm in years to affect the region. I'll track it on radar and Futurecast coming up next.
Dangerous road conditions, how frequent DelDOT is plowing Coastal Highway.
Snow state of emergency. We're breaking down the situations in both Delaware and in Maryland.
This is CoastTV News Today.
We are continuing with our coverage of this winter storm. We begin this half hour with a live look. That is Ocean City. We checked in there just last hour, and really the only thing that changed, more white snow. That's probably the situation as well in your backyard. It is January 6, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. Good morning, Matt.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Matt Pensick. Boy, what a way to begin the first Monday of the new year. It's a wild one out there.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out there. So we have a full coverage of this winter system. That's what we're waking up to, of course, this morning. You're looking at our reporters in the field. We have Elisa Weber in Lewis, Brandon Ferguson in Rehoboth Beach. We'll be checking in with both of them in just a moment.
Time right now is 6:33, and before we check in with them, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey as he continues to track this system. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. Good morning, Delmarva. So far, about 2 to 4 inches of powdery snow for Delmarva. As we continue to see the snow flying, it's a code red day, a first alert day. So if you can just hunker down and stay home, I would do so today. As we're looking at the snow heavy at times across Sussex County from Georgetown to Seaford, Laurel, Delmar, you're in the snow, Millsboro, back to the coast as well, Dewey Beach and Fenwick Island. And then moving into Maryland, we're also in the snow. We've had this kind of donut here. I think it's all snow everywhere from the coast back through Salisbury into areas around Princess Anne right now. And we're also looking at the eastern shore and the moderate to heavy snow. And you see these brighter bands of blue indicating that heavy snow. And that extends back to the west into Virginia as we're tracking low pressure now moving across the Tennessee Valley. And it's this low that will be tracking to the east and we'll be on the cold side of this system. And that will keep us mainly snow throughout the day. Now, the visibility is a good indicator on just how heavy the snow is. So coming down pretty good in Georgetown, Ocean City, and Salisbury with visibility of 3/4 of a mile. And that said, obviously a winter storm warning for at least 6 inches of snow for Caroline, Kent, Sussex, and Talbot counties. That's until 4 a.m. tomorrow. And then from Dorchester to Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties, you have the winter storm warning until 7. It's a powdery snow with temperatures in the 20s right now at 42. Obviously a typo. The sensor is off in Salisbury, but everybody pretty much into the mid-20s with that powdery snow basically coming straight down with light winds. So it's good that Mother Nature's not blowing the snow around, but if you get on the roads around some of those bigger trucks, you're going to have whiteout conditions. So it's best just to stay home. So here's Futurecast. Walk you through it hour by hour. 8:30, we're in the upper 20s with the snow. heavy at times. By late morning, some areas could creep above that 32-degree mark and maybe mixing some of that snow with sleet and freezing rain, especially in this peach color down near Berlin and Ocean City, and maybe some coastal areas seeing a little bit of rain. Then the snow becomes a little spottier into the afternoon, maybe ending altogether for a little while into this evening, and then the last burst moves through as we go into the evening hours. So with about 6 to 12 inches of snow on the way, it's obvious the red light and the drive cast. It's going to be snow heavy at times, difficult travel. Let the plows and crews do their job. Stay off the roads if you can for the rest of the day. The snow will wind down. Conditions will improve later tonight into Tuesday.
Thank you, Bob. And now Bob just mentioned it. We are tracking those road conditions, focusing on the impacts on our coast.
And Coast TV news reporter Brandon Ferguson joins us now live in Rehoboth Beach. Snow began accumulating just after 3, and Brandon has been getting a first-hand account on a winter day in the nation's summer capital.
Matt and Paige, believe it or not, this is a turning lane off of Coastal Highway. It doesn't look much of it right now. And just look on Coastal Highway, we've seen DelDOT plows coming every 20 to 25 minutes. And we've had one just here 10 minutes ago. And look at all the snow accumulating on Coastal Highway as well. And we're also around a few gas stations. And we've seen a few people gassing up, but mostly the roads are clear. Matt and Paige, back to you guys.
We'll be careful out there, Brandon. All right, thank you so much. Happening now, Maryland Governor Moore has issued a state of emergency in Maryland. According to the governor's office, the State Highway Administration finished pre-treating all the roads. Law enforcement increased all their staffing. Health and utility agencies are also preparing for those storm impacts. In response to this as well, Wycomico County announced offices will be closed today.
For coastal communities like Dewey Beach, getting the roads clear, that's a joint effort with DelDOT. State has Coastal Highway. The town is responsible for the side streets. Here's another area of concern for town officials, unoccupied homes. There are a number of them this time of year, and there are measures in place to help those property owners deal with a snowstorm.
We encourage everybody to sign up for the Winter Watch program. Just go on our website, go under residents, and you sign up just so we know how to reach somebody. If in case some water freezes, so some pipe froze, and there's water coming out of your carport, we need to know how to get a hold of you and what we can do to help.
Yeah, Bauer told me during that conversation that the property owners who signed up for that program, they've already been alerted to make sure hoses are disconnected and also to recommend the indoor temperature be set at 55 degrees. Now, Bob has been giving us the big picture, so let's get a first-hand look at the conditions along the coast. We're going live now to Lewis.
And that is where we have Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber. Elisa, last time we saw you, you had a shovel, you had a ruler at some point this morning. What do you have for us right now?
Good morning, Matt and Paige. Well, I do have my ruler. Gotten more snow since the last time I measured, so we're going to measure right now. Let's see how much. All right, so we're at about almost 4 inches now of snow. The last time we measured, we were at 2.5. So the snow is coming down quickly. And as you can see in this neighborhood here, this road is pretty much covered with snow. You need to be careful. This car behind me, also covered with snow. We haven't seen people outside, which is a good thing. You need to stay off of the roads today. And the sidewalk here is pretty covered. You really do have to stomp in this snow. So if you can just stay inside and watch the snow, that is the best thing to do. It is beautiful to look at the snow. As you can see, this neighborhood, it is gorgeous, but just stay inside and watch that snow. DelDOT is plowing the main roads, and we have seen some other plows come through this neighborhood and plow as well, but this snow is just coming down quickly, so please be careful out there. Back to you two.
All right, Lisa, we can also see that it's accumulating on her coat as well. Wow. All right, we have more news in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, we're talking winterizing. Frozen roads doesn't mean you have to have frozen pipes. We're going to tell you how to prevent disaster in your home.
Also, more bad news about the bird flu on Delmarva. We'll tell you where officials say the latest results of that illness originated from.
And next, road worries. We're getting an update from DelDOT again about their efforts in staying ahead of the snow. Stick with us on Coast TV News Today.
Being a doctor requires that we look closer.
You do so much, but not every patient can be saved.
My intern was inside when it collapsed.
We need help!
Brilliant Minds, the 2-hour season finale, tonight.
No deal.
What show did you win?
I'm a Survivor player, deep undercover.
I won Survivor.
I'm the best Big Brother player of all time. And best looking.
I hate him.
Deal or No Deal Island, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckvac.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckvac.com now.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
6:41 on a snowy Monday morning. Here's our Tidal Health cam in Salisbury. You can see the snow coming down by the streetlight, and the roads are snow-covered, slick and slushy and icy. We're not seeing anybody on here right now. That's a good thing. Let the crews get out there and do their thing. It is not 42 in Salisbury. It's into the mid-20s with the snow. Heavy at times. Here's the radar indicating the moderate snow to heavy at times across Sussex County, back into Maryland and the Eastern Shore. This deep blue color, really heavy snow. The rates around 1 to 2 inches per hour. That will continue for the next several hours as low pressure heads our way, and temperatures are into the mid-20s, and it's a powdery snow, and the winds are light. So, boy, if you are headed to your favorite coffee shop this morning, I'd go extra large because it is snowy and it is 33, and I'll take a little bit of cream in my coffee. I know we had a delivery of donuts this morning, so that was good too.
A lot of food in the newsroom, Bob. I think we have to prepare to stay here for a while. All right, thank you. Now, Bob, of course, you and the rest of the First Alert meteorological team, we have been tracking this system for actually at least a week by now.
Yeah, and we also saw Lisa a moment ago. She had the snow building up on her jacket and hood. Students have school off today. So is this snow good for snowballs, maybe building a snowman?
According to Elisa, it looked like she was pushing around some powdery snow out there, so I'll say no for now with temperatures in the mid-20s. But I think as we go through the day and temperatures get closer to freezing, maybe that snow is a little more packable, so maybe it's a little more conducive to making snowmen, I think, probably in the afternoon sometime.
All right, we'll have to check that out in a couple hours. Maybe a good snowball fight with our team here. This morning, DelDOT is working to keep up with the storm, and just before we went on the air, I spoke on the phone with DelDOT's Director of Communications, C.R. McLeod, and here is what he told me about what they are experiencing.
It's going to be a continuous operation where we're salting. Obviously, the winds are supposed to kick up, so we could have some drifting as well as the snow accumulates. So it's certainly going to be a long-duration event for us. And, that's really our biggest concern at this time.
Yeah, McLeod told me with the temperatures unlikely to go up for a while, they're not expecting snow on the roads to melt anytime soon.
DelDOT also says they have over 300 snow removal trucks that are ready to go. Their focus will begin on routes 1, 13, 113, and up north on 95. Now, DelDOT also says secondary roads and local streets in town, those will only be addressed once those main roads are passable.
So a lot of us will be snowed in today. It's a good opportunity to check in with the Delmarva Sports Network. They have a game at 2:30. You can watch SoCal take on DeMatha. That's from the Governor's Challenge from a few weeks ago. 10:30, you can get a recap of all the sports action on the final score.
We're going to take a live look now at our snowy nation's capital. It looks beautiful there. I'm glad we've been checking in there this morning. It looks great. But of course, we do know that today lawmakers there are set to certify the 2024 election. Also, you may remember today, also the anniversary of the January 6th riot that took place after the last presidential election. That was back in 2020.
And the snow continues to fall fast and furious in Milford. Here's our Bay Health cam. You can see the parking lots, snow covered the roads as well. Visibility less than a mile. So stay home if you can. It is a code red day, first alert day for the heavy snow. Travel not recommended. Coming up, I'll have the latest radar, talk about impacts and just how much snow we could see. That's coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Track the storm with CoastTV First Alert Weather.
Imagine controlling every light in your home with just your voice. Expert Wire makes automation easy, bringing lighting control and more to your fingertips or with a simple command. Adjust brightness, turn lights on and off, and so much more, all with ease. Expert Wire provides seamless, modern, and reliable installation and brings your home to life. Call or visit expertwire247.com and schedule your appointment and upgrade to automation. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
DSN Plus is more energy. Extra live games and on-demand replays anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups and unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would
So they're
say-
made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would
And
go-
they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think
And
so.
they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out?
And
And the
so-
custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Time is now 6:47 on your Monday. We're going to take a live look right now at Laurel. Bob, I've been itching to see this camera because it's from really high up, but I should have known better. We're not going to see much. It's just snowing right in front of that camera.
Yeah, it's a whiteout page. You know, it's a whiteout a few hundred feet up on that tower on that camera and down here at the surface as well. And we've been picking up a lot of snow. So far, about 2 to 4 inches. American Corner in Caroline County, 4 inches. And our intrepid weather spotter / reporter, Elisa, I was told, mentioned that she's a Rutgers grad as well. 4 inches of snow in Lewis. And then Ellendale, 3 inches. My wife just sent me a picture from Millsboro, and it looks like they have at least 2 inches of snow there. So what to expect? More snow, heavy at times today, maybe a bit of a mix at the coast, where they could see some sleet and rain and freezing rain, keeping some of those accumulations down a little bit. Obviously, travel not recommended. The roads are snow covered and slick. Let the crews and plows get out there, do their jobs a little better as we go into tonight. And then the snowfall rates 1 to 2 inches per hour. That's right. It's going to be something else as it's already accumulating very rapidly. The radar showing all this blue. We have this like green area near Salisbury. I don't know what that is, but it's basically snow for everybody. That's not rain. And we're looking at the snow across Sussex County and coming down heavy at times from Lewis to Georgetown, back through Laurel, Gumboro, Millsboro, and Selbyville as well. Visibility down to about a half mile at times. Once again, don't know what this green area is, but it's basically all snow from Salisbury to Whiteburg. Snow Hill, how appropriate for you. Ocean Pines, seeing the snow along the coast, and some heavier snow near Cambridge, just north of you, towards Trapp, and then Gum Swamp, Andrews, Eastern Shore, all in the heavy snow. We're seeing what's called bright banding in the radar. We see those deeper blue colors now setting up back to our west through Fredericksburg and the D.C. area, getting in on the snow. Farther to the south in the warmer area, it's a wintry mix, sleet, and even freezing rain and ice back into the Piedmont of North Carolina. But we're watching this area of low pressure moving into western North Carolina and Virginia now. I think there might be a little dry slot in here. So once this area moves out, we might get a little break this afternoon, and then the wraparound moisture comes in as we go into this evening with an additional maybe inch or two of snow. That said, winter storm warning Caroline, Kent, Sussex, and Talbot counties until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, even though the snow probably ends around midnight midnight tonight, and then a winter storm warning Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties until 7 a.m. So we're in the winter storm warning. That means 8 or more inches of snow in about a 12-hour period. Of course, that could be a little lesser with sleet and freezing rain mixed in, but with temperatures right now into the mid-20s, that is a powdery snow. 24 in Delmarva, 25 in Milton with the snow, Bethany Beach at 26, and the winds are light. Thankfully, we have that going. We're not looking at blowing and drifting snow unless you get on the interstates and you get behind a big truck. Now, here's Futurecast this morning. The snow heavy at times. As we go into the afternoon, some of us could be creeping above the freezing mark and maybe a little bit of sleet, freezing rain, or just plain rain, especially along the coast of Maryland and Delaware. Might get a little break as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. Then we're going to see that last push of snow move through as we go through this evening and late this evening. Right now, we're thinking 6 to 12 inches for a good chunk of our area. Farther to the south, where some sleet and freezing rain and rain could mix in 3 to 6 inches around Snow Hill and maybe Chincoteague around 1 to 3. But it looks like a good chunk of us seeing at least 6 inches of snow, mainly snow for most of us, but in this purplish color, some sleet and freezing rain and even some rain possible along the coast. And then after this system leaves, we're looking at that Arctic air and we're looking at teens and 20s. Feels like temperatures tomorrow by Tuesday morning feeling like single digits. And even though we're in the 30s and sunshine, it's going to feel like teens and 20s and then single digits in teens and 20s as we go into Wednesday. And believe it or not, we could be looking at another system by Saturday, maybe some rain and snow. Just too early to tell exactly where that system will go or the intensity of it. Paul, they have a 7-day forecast, code red today for snow, and then Arctic air the rest of the week with highs barely getting above freezing Tuesday and Friday. Windy, very cold, teens and 20s at night, feeling colder with the wind. And then that rain snow chance Saturday, 35. It dries out, but still pretty cold into Sunday.
All right, Bob, thank you. New this morning, some differing responses on the eastern shore. Snow Hill announced Town Hall will be closed today amid the winter storm. However, Salisbury has not taken that same response. Currently, the city says all of their services scheduled for today will happen as planned. This includes the trash pickup. Officials do say this could change, though, if the weather is severe enough. Well, a beautiful blanket of snow covering the coast, and while the sights are great, the damage it can cause to your home and your wallet are not.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us how a few steps you can take to winterize your home.
Protecting pipes, windows, and your home. These are key factors in properly winterizing your house. Habitat for Humanity's site manager Anthony Preddy says insulation for pipes are key.
Pipes are in an unconditioned or unheated area of the house, and for some extra protection, you could use this type of pipe insulation.
Opening cabinet doors under your sink also helps with air circulation. Bryce Bryant from East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air says one small problem can lead to much, much more.
A small drip can eventually freeze and work its way back into the plumbing of a crawl space or a basement or even an on-slab home.
Using these tips to guard against the cold now can save you from big headaches later.
Time is now 6:53, and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day on your screen, that is Tilly, who on January 4th turned 2 years old. Tilly is super energetic, smart, loves to exercise her vocal cords any chance she gets. How about that? This birthday girl was submitted to us by Paula in Rehoboth Beach.
And we love seeing your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos and tell us what makes your pet so special.
Scan that QR code at the top there. That way you can submit your furry friend to Coast TV News and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
The snow continues to fall fast and furious across Delmarva, about a good 2 to 4 inches so far. And look at the whiteout in Laurel right now, as visibility is less than a half mile in heavy snow. And it's cold as well. We'll continue with the heavy snow today with the first alert day. Travel not recommended. After the storm, it's sunny and cold, maybe another rain and snowstorm for the weekend. Your 10-day forecast coming up next.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, everyone is a local. Fun times and good vibes await with a wide variety of craft brews, plus our award-winning Primo Hoagies made fresh daily. Dance the night away at the best live music venue in Ocean City. And there's never a bad seat to catch your favorite sports team. Dine in or relax on our outside deck with comfortable seating and beautiful palm trees for a cozy, tropical atmosphere. Beach Barrels open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. at 132nd and Coastal Highway.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Get the CoastTV News app, the latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the CoastTV News app on your Apple or Android devices. CoastTV, our community, your news.
6:56 now. It's time for a look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, Bob, great work this morning.
Yeah.
I know you've got a lot more going on as we continue in this big snow event.
Yeah, thanks guys. And the snow continues to fall. So far, about 2 to 4 inches across the area, and the snow continues to come down heavy at times at rates of around 1 to 2 inches per hour across Sussex County through all of Delmarva right now. And really, it's best not to travel as we continue with a winter storm warning. You can see that snow extends back to the west. We've got a few more hours of snow to go. It'll go throughout the day, maybe mixing with a little bit of sleet or freezing rain at the coast. Around 6 to 12 inches on the way. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Arctic cold for the rest of the week. Maybe another system by Saturday. Rain and snow and maybe 35 degrees.
And Coast TV will be here all day and all night, giving you the latest on all of our platforms to keep you safe.
Today's show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And midday is at 11, so stick with us.
Until then, have a great and safe Monday morning, everybody.